This week on Steel Horse Thunder. How long you been riding? You've been riding 15 years, haven't you?
No.
We head to the north side of Indianapolis for the suicide prevention ride.
This ride's pretty important to me. I lost my father to suicide.
And it can happen to anybody. That's what people don't realize. I never had a day of depression in my life until after my son committed suicide. 2 years later, I hit a low that I didn't even know existed before.
Everyone will have their moment on the ride, as everyone does, but hopefully we'll just keep growing and we'll keep raising awareness.
Then we head to the Marion County Fairgrounds. It's flat track racing. Any bad crashes?
One.
What's your favorite part about racing?
Beating people.
Beating people? Right on. That's the heart of a champion right there.
Because Steel Horse is awesome.
Steel Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law, with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.
Vince, the store looks a whole lot different than it did this time last year.
It does. I actually saw our old interview, and I saw the barren walls behind and how different it looked. It has changed a lot.
So obviously business has been going good for you, and what's new around here?
We just kind of expanded everything. We really listened to what the customers have told us. Like, for example, last year I was like, oh, you don't have any perforated leather. So now this year I have perforated leather. We picked up a couple exclusive brands that no one else are going to carry or have available in the area, and it's all customer driven. I listen to what they say, and that's what I put here. We're on the southwest corner of 96 in Aliceville. There's a light to get in. There's very convenient. Construction's done, so come right on in. It's right in the same strip mall as Kip's Pub and southwest corner.
And remember, when you come in, make sure you tell them Steel Horse Thunder sent you.
Are you adequately insured if you get in an accident? Do you have the right coverage? Can you recover from your own insurance company? These are questions we deal with on a daily basis. So call us at 317-842-5800 or visit us at Leidendorf.com. Because if you're in an accident, you need us against the insurance company. Leidendorf Law, like family, because we are.
When it's time to ride, we'll keep your mind where it matters most, on the open road. We get it. Ryder Insurance is the only insurance company specifically created for the motorcycle and ATV communities. No one but riders. Our specialized staff is here for you with great coverage options, discounts to help you save, and 24/7 claims reporting if something happens along the way. And with roadside assistance included on all of our policies, we've got your back wherever the road leads. We get it. No worries, just riding.
Well, it's official. I've already heard somebody complain about it being too hot today. That's right, folks. It's summertime in Indiana, and you're on a motorcycle. Put the sunscreen on. Cindy, we're up here on the north side of Indianapolis. What's going on today?
This is a suicide prevention ride, and I can't even believe all the bikes. When we pulled in, there was a ton already here.
Registration hasn't even officially started yet, and we're already filled up. Thank you guys for coming out. Now let's go talk to some people, learn a little bit more about this ride that you know is very dear to us.
So Lisa, did you really expect this many people already? It's only a little after 11.
I did not. It's pretty cool.
A big, huge crowd this morning. I'm
pretty
so
amazing.
happy to see it.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah. Tammy, this is a ride that is so near and dear to so many hearts. I saw your bike, your son, my son. This is Trace Tide, and you guys do the walk every year. How does it feel to be able to come out here and do this ride today?
It's emotional. It's been emotional all morning, just leading up to getting here. But once we got here, it made me feel happy that there's so many people out here raising awareness and just understanding the battle of mental illness and what so many people and so many families are going through.
Was there any signs that you had when it happened?
Not exactly when it happened, were there signs. It was before, though. He had displayed he would get really down on himself and get, really depressed. And, but we talked to him. He went to counseling a few times, but he just didn't, he was fighting that battle and within himself. And he was a great, great kid. He was so sweet, good-hearted, had so many friends, yet he didn't feel like he was worthy to himself.
And that's the thing, is so many kids feel that way. I know that our son in 07 passed away, and that was the thing. We thought everything was going okay with him. we got a call, and he seemed like everything was going good, and then a week later he was gone. And so many times we don't know what's going on in the minds of, we think they're doing okay, and then we realize they weren't doing okay. But, you guys do the walk for suicide, which is, we do the walk also, and I heard you guys were the #1 team out there.
We're number one. I think we were the #1 team when it ended, and I think at the end somebody got a big check donated to their team and might have pushed them a little bit ahead of us. But I was really proud of all my friends and family that supported the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention.
And you said that you guys had people from all over the place, all the states. It wasn't just from here, but it was from everywhere.
It was. We had our friends in Los Angeles, San Diego, family, same thing, and Indianapolis, Louisville, just everywhere coming out and supporting us, and it was fabulous to have that much support. I'm sorry that we had to be here and have to do this, but I feel like it's our duty now so that no other family has to go through what we've been through in the last year and a half.
Exactly, and that's how we feel. This is something that we want to raise awareness. I hate to be in this group, but it happens, and we're here, and thank God we have each other to hold on to in these times. And I just thank you guys for coming out to this ride today. We've got to raise this awareness, and it's in the tragedy, it seems like we have to push ourselves forward, and thank God that you guys have pushed yourself forward in this tragedy.
Oh, thank you.
So Jordan, you guys are out here supporting this ride today. It is a beautiful day. What brings you guys out here today?
Same thing, just a great cause, awareness, about suicide. It's just, I think having events like this that, draw people's attention and, bring a visual idea and reminder to, a cause like this is what brings us out, and we're certainly here for that.
And that saying that it's a visual reminder, that is so true, because when we go out to the suicide prevention walk, it's amazing how many people will say, because of all the people there, that it just opens their eyes to how many people are affected by suicide, and there are so many affected by suicide. So thank you guys for coming out and supporting this ride. It means a lot to us, and I'm sure it means a lot to you guys too.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, to that point, I think it's, kind of to the silence the stigma kind of thing. It's something that, people don't talk about. It's quiet. When it happens, people want to brush it under the table and under the rug and not talk about it. So again, like the suicide walk and these kind of things. It's like, hello, let's face this. Let's talk about it. Let's acknowledge it.
So Liz, this ride is so near and dear to your heart, my heart, all these people out here. Your mom, I think, is the one that started this. How do you feel about that? Have you been to every ride that she's done?
I only missed one, and that's because I was overseas. But the turnout today is massive. It was exciting. We pulled up and people were already here, and I was like, look how big it is.
Well, that's how we were. We pulled up. It wasn't even 11 o'clock, and it's like, holy cow, the parking lot's already full.
It's so exciting. I think the first year, they were only it was under 100, well under 100. And now this year, you can look out in the parking lot and see over 100 bikes. So yeah, it's a little overwhelming. It's sad, but at the same time, it's very cool to see these people come out and support the cause. So
I'm glad to see all the people that support the cause. It is very sad, as we know, that so many people have to go through this, so many people to suicide. It's just so awful. It's overwhelming. But it's so good to see all these bikes for the support this morning.
It is. It's amazing. Everyone will have their moment on the ride, as everyone does, but hopefully we'll just keep growing and we'll keep raising awareness. So
everybody will have their moment on the ride, and I think that when we're on our bikes riding, we start to think of what this cause is for, and it's for a loved one or a friend or somebody that we know. And you have that moment on the ride, and it kind of gives you that this is what this ride's for, to bring up awareness of what it is about and how much we miss our loved ones and how much we wish they were here. We hate to be a part of this club, but it is what it is, and so thankful for all the friends and family that are here. But you will have that moment. My last year was the whole moment of the whole ride. I just felt like that from the moment I got here, I just couldn't focus on anything last year. I don't know, I had a bad day last year. just of Eric and how much I miss him, how much it's hard to believe how long he's been gone now, and how sad it is that so many people go to that point of hopelessness where they don't have anything left, and I feel like that they just snap, but there's so many people that love him, so he was on my mind all day.
Hey, Tony, we're out here at the Suicide Prevention Ride. What brings you out to this ride?
This ride's pretty important to me. I lost my father to suicide, and I think it's just a terrible situation. So I'm here to support anyone that's gone through that situation. I know it's a terrible situation to deal with. So it's about the community. That's what we do as bikers. We support each other. That's why we're here.
Well, and our story, going through it with our son. And to me, I've always said one of the hardest things about being a survivor of suicide is the isolation that you feel. Like nobody wants to talk about it because, well, it's suicide, and they have to almost whisper it, you know what I mean? And I think that's what a ride like this does, is it brings it out in the open. It's like, no, we need to talk about this because it's an epidemic proportion.
Absolutely. We need to raise awareness. We need to let people know there's help out there. You're not alone. It's something people deal with, and we have to fight against it.
Right on. Well, I know you're one of the X-Men. I know firefighters and stuff, and I see you guys at a lot of different events and everything else, and we appreciate your support.
Absolutely, we appreciate you and what you do.
Hey Sam, I know you're riding with the Bombs. You guys came on board this year to actually help, or not help, but you guys actually put this ride together. You actually mapped it all out, and you guys are going to lead this ride, which I'm so thankful. You always hear me talk about the Rams ride. It's always the first weekend in August, and the Bombs put that on. I've always called it the safest ride in Indiana, and now we're going to have that same title for this ride. I'm so thankful you guys are here. I understand this ride means something a little special to you.
Yeah, I had a childhood friend. His name was Chris Barrow. Grew up with him. We've known each other since we were 2. He succumbed to suicide. He was 22 years old, I do believe it was. And it's just something, it's something we need to get out and help all these people. They've all got an issue, and if we can get out there and help them and get them before the final end, is what we need to do.
I think it's important that we talk about it. It's important for people to hear people talk about it. And so it's not that, people still say suicide as a whisper instead of just saying it. And, I think that's what a ride like this does. It kind of it makes it a louder voice.
Absolutely. It brings it to the surface for everybody, and you're right. It is always a whisper, and nobody wants to talk about it. It's a hush-hush thing. And it's not, it's something that needs to be brought up. Everyone needs to talk about it, and everyone knows someone who's dealing with a depression of sort that needs to be dealt with. We need to help these people help themselves before, they do the foolish thing.
And it can happen to anybody. That's what people don't realize. I never had a day of depression in my life until after my son committed suicide. 2 years later, I hit a low that I didn't even know existed before. So it's nobody's exempt from this.
Absolutely. I agree 100% because it does. An individual can have a bad day. It could be the most horrible day they've had, right, which might not mean much to us or you or anybody else, but to them it could be terrible. And they may feel they have only one option.
For those that don't know, what got you involved in this?
Well, my wife and I, Lisa, she's really taken the reins, but she started the Indiana chapter of the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention officially in 2008, and I started it with her. And then as things grew and blossomed and continued on from there, I'm just the support structure, I try to support her any way I can, and she really took the reins on that. The motorcycle ride I've been riding since I was a kid, so that was kind of a simple thing for me to do because combining something that you really enjoy doing, something that you love, and combining it with a worthy cause and something that's near and dear to your heart, that's kind of a no-brainer.
And obviously you have a reason why it's near and dear to your heart.
Oh, absolutely. We lost our son, Kurt, in 2006. It's just every year,
and I know this year is a little tougher for you guys. It's that 10-year mark, and it just seems like for whatever reason those certain dates, ours will be next year, will be our 10-year mark, and it's something you never get over. You learn to deal with it, you learn to speak out about it, but I had a conversation with my daughter, and she said, I'm tired of having to talk about it all the time. And I was like, I know, it sucks. It just absolutely sucks. But if we don't talk about it, who will?
Exactly. And that, the ride used to be called Silence the Stigma because nobody would talk about it. So that was the crux going into this thing, this was a Silence the Stigma ride, so that we get people talking about mental illness and about, you know, what we can do to make the community aware of what they can do to try and prevent and fight against suicide. It's since changed to the Ride to Fight Suicide because we are set on a goal, and that goal is to eliminate suicide from any conversation.
I think people like Hang Out at Flames mainly because it's not a big corporate store. They can come here, they can hang out. We invite them in the back to watch us while we work on their bike or even participate. We get a lot of new riders, first-time riders. They like that extra hands-on, and I think they like the pride in knowing what's being done to their motorcycle.
They do great work, and it's a great place to hang out. And we're thankful to have them as a sponsor of Steel Horse Thunder.
Leidendorf Law has been a proud sponsor of charity rides throughout central Indiana. Through the years, we have established many lasting relationships with Steel Horse viewers and clients. I've had many riders come up to me and say, I hope I don't ever need a lawyer, but if I do, I know who to call. So if you're in an accident and need a seasoned trial lawyer, call Leidendorf Law. Leidendorf Law, like family, because we are.
How would you describe, in a nutshell, what is Texas Corral?
Texas Corral is more than a restaurant. It's actually it's a Texas-themed dining experience. It's good for the whole family if you want to come and bring everyone, or if you just want to come in and have a beer. It's totally fine either way.
And just like in Texas, everything is bigger here.
Absolutely. We have big beers, big samplers, but low prices.
So whether you're taking the family out to dinner, or if you just finished riding the back roads of beautiful southern Indiana with your buddies on the motorcycles, Texas Corral is the place to be. Two great locations.
So Tony, this bike is a little different. I've never heard of it before. It's called a Ridley?
Yes, it's a 2009 Ridley, made by Ridley.
And what kind of bike is it? Because like I said, I've never heard of it before. I love the color. I love that purple, of course, because I have purple in my hair too, so I love it. But what is the kind of bike this is?
This is an automatic bike made for short people, which being 4'10", it made me want to try it. Fits perfect for somebody that's very vertical challenged. Automatic, 750, rides great.
So when you say automatic, does that mean that you don't have to pull in the clutch or anything?
I don't have a clutch. I just have a throttle, and there's no shifting at all.
You know, that's pretty cool. I've never rode one of those kind of bikes, but it's just pretty cool.
I'll let you take it for a spin.
Well, I love it. I love the color. Have you done any upgrades or anything to it? Put anything on it?
This is how I purchased it, and I don't see where I need any upgrades at all.
I don't either. What made you get this bike, though?
Because it fit me.
Just because of us being short.
Right, being short. It fit me. I like the way it rides. It just fit perfect.
And how long have you been riding?
This is actually will be my first solo ride in a group. I've been a passenger for many, many years, and then I've taken the safety course, and I rid a Buell Blast way back in the day. So this will be an exciting trip for me.
It will. And do you have any kind of plans for bigger rides as you go on? I know that you said that this is your first bike, so, you know, I don't know. Have you done any big trips?
I've done big trips as a passenger, not as a rider. So as I get more comfortable with this bike, absolutely.
So is there any destination that you have in mind?
I'd like to ride Sturgis instead of being a passenger at Sturgis, so that will be, again, on my bucket list for a second time.
Well, that'll be cool, and I'm sure you're going to be able to do it. You know, I love this bike, though. It's so different than some of the bikes that I've seen. And, again, I love the color of it. I love the flames in it. And and to be automatic, I'm sure that that's pretty cool because you don't have to worry about having to know when to change gears.
Right, no shifting, just let up on the throttle and I'm good.
Well, enjoy this bike, and I hope that you get to do some of those destination rides that you want to do. Have fun today, and thank you for talking with us.
Thank you, I will.
Some people say true beauty comes from within. At Krambos, we think beauty can be inside and out. Along with the best paint and bodywork in the state, Krambos also offers all Harley motorcycle service work, from tune-ups to rebuilds. So make sure your bike looks as good as it runs and bring it on in to the only shop that treats your bike as good as we treat our own. Krambos. We'll get you noticed.
One thing about the motorcycle community is when one goes down, there's always another to help that rider back up. We take that same philosophy to our law practice. If you get hurt on the roads due to an accident, our team will help you pick up the pieces. Medical bills, lost income, pain and suffering. These aren't just words, they're the unfortunate reality for injured bikers and motorists. We may not be able to heal all your wounds, but we'll help you get back up by fighting for your right to fair compensation. Let our family help protect yours.
Leidendorf Law, like family because we are.
You hear that little voice? It says, meet me where the road touches the sky. It's time to ride. And when you're on the road, make sure you have rider insurance. Ryder is focused solely on the motorcycle community and has been for almost 4 decades. We know what it's like to feel the wind on our face because we're riders ourselves. Come see the difference. Ride with Ryder.
Hey man, we're up at the Marion County Fairgrounds. We got local flat track racing going on behind us. We got everything from little tiny kids all the way up to old men. This is pretty cool. Cindy, have you ever seen anything like this?
I've seen it a lot. I'd like to be out there though racing.
You know, and that's the first thing I said was, I can't believe Cindy's not out racing. You want to do this bad, don't you?
It'd be pretty cool.
Well, why don't we go talk to some people that actually do this?
Let's go.
Hey, anybody that says racing is just for the boys, I got news for you. Every one of these ladies here you see are all racers. So, all right, now I know you said you're the oldest, correct? All right, how many years you been racing?
I've been racing flat track for 5 years, and I used to race motocross before that, but I've been riding a total of 16 years.
Been riding for 16 years. I know a lot of guys my age that haven't been riding that long. What about you? How long you been riding?
I've been racing for 13 years. Yeah, started when I was 4 and I just can't get away from it.
What makes you decide, hey, I want to get out here and run around this dirt track like this?
I think it teaches you to be responsible with things and save up your money to buy stuff that you want for your dirt bike, and it just teaches you can't always win at everything. I just think it teaches you good sportsmanship.
Good deal. Now, how about you? How long you been riding?
Since I was 4, so 9 years.
Been riding 9 years since you were 4 years old?
Yeah.
Any bad crashes?
1.
And you're still doing it?
Yeah.
How long you been riding? You've been riding 15 years, haven't you?
No.
No? How long you been riding?
1 year.
1? This is your first year? Did they call you a rookie?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of the first year. You're kind of like a rookie. How you liking it so far?
Good.
Yeah. Think you'll keep doing this?
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about racing?
Beating people.
Beating people? Right on. That's the heart of a champion right there. What's the most fun? Beating people. Right? Now, I missed one way over here. How long you been riding?
This is my first year.
This is your first year? So you're a rookie as well, right?
Yes.
How you like it so far?
Good.
It's good. And what's your favorite part about doing this?
racing and racing other people.
Racing other people? Do you like when you get in front of them and you sling dirt all over them?
Yes.
You see the big smile on her face when I said that? So how long are you going to keep doing this?
My goal is to become a professional in the GNC2 class before I'm 26, even though I started kind of late. But that's the goal, and I continue to ride until I can't ride anymore.
So Cameron, you just won your heat race today. That's pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. I haven't raced in about a month now, but it feels good to be back and to get a win.
So you haven't been racing in a month? How long have you been racing?
It's my 10th year, and now I have my pro license, so it's definitely paid off.
That's pretty cool. So you're going pro?
Yeah, I just went pro this year.
So how many races? Is this the first one of the year and you'll be doing more later on?
I've had a couple this year, but a lot of them are going to be after this.
Now, are you going out to Lima, Ohio?
Maybe. You guys will have to find out.
Well, I hope you do, since you won tonight. Now, you guys have the feature race still going on later on tonight, so you still have a chance to win it, right?
Yeah, that's the goal, but hopefully at least the top 3.
Coy, we're out here racing, flat track racing out here at the Marion County Fairgrounds. You got out there in your heat race and you looked pretty good in there. How'd it feel?
It felt really smooth. The track was a little slick, but it still felt pretty good. If you slip off the spot where we call the groove, you'll slip up high, and that just didn't happen. It almost happened, but I kept it down, so it's a nice race.
I can tell you, you were so consistent. It seemed like every lap was exactly the same, and that's what it takes. How long have you been racing?
I've been racing for 3 or 4 years now, and I've been riding since I was 4 years old.
And how old are you?
I am 16 and 9 months.
16 and 9 months. Now, I understand. You do know I know your great-grandfather, right?
Yes.
I understand you just got your license or getting a street bike?
Yeah, I just got my endorsement yesterday, and I also bought my first motorcycle, or starting payments on my first motorcycle yesterday.
That is awesome. How weird was it to have to take a driver's test for a motorcycle on the street when everything you do out here on the track is completely the opposite?
It was weird. It was fun because I knew the instructors, but it was pretty weird, and I did have a lot of fun, and it seemed pretty easy to me, obviously, because I've been riding for so long. But yeah, it was a fun experience. I'd suggest it, but.
Hey, the sun is setting, the show has come to an end. I want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting the suicide prevention ride. It meant an awful lot to us.
It did, and to see all the bikes in the parking lot when we rode in was unbelievable. I was just tears in my eyes because of all the bikes.
So thank you for your support. I want to thank everybody out here racing at the Marion County Fairgrounds, flat track racing here locally in Indianapolis. It's always a good time. And it proved once again, it's not what you ride,
it's that you ride.
Still Horse is brought to you by Leidendorf Law with over 60 years experience in motorcycle and automotive injury cases.